Hi everyone. So I'm surrounded by cats right now. So is Luke. Apparently today is cat day. I'm gonna be using the This Might Hurt Tarot and This Might Help Oracle. Paolo, stop it. Um, if you are joining me from my Discord crew, I've been using this for my monthly challenge, and I don't know what it is about This Might Hurt Tarot, but it just oh, I love it so much. Maybe it's because I haven't used it in a while or something. I'm not sure. All right. So I'm going to get the. We have our lovely mod Steph in the chat. All right. Yeah, my cats are needy too, Luke. Let's see. Let's do our community pool. We're getting so close to the holidays, thank goodness. So if you don't know about this deck, this might help. It basically is like some symbols pulled out of This Might Hurt. So this is like, let's see, this is the sword from the Justice card. So each of these cards is like a little symbol here, so you can see that. Sorry, these cards are very glossy, so sorry for the glare. But so this is the battered sword from the Justice card. This is the brutal truth. So swords represents, our communication and how we are relating and relaying ourselves to other people, and sometimes how we are internalizing things as well. And sometimes, I guess, maybe as a community, it's time for some hard truths. It says that there are brutal truths in this world and no shortage of forces that don't want you to see them. Current societal institutions of justice have been built on centuries of oppression. How can we trust institutions that grew from these roots? How can we imagine better ones? Ooh, okay. Let's see what other cards we have to go along with our battered sword. There we go. Oh, look at that. We have another sword. Let me move this a little bit. There we go. Looks like we have a lot of communication that needs to happen as a community. So let's see what this is. This is the double-edged sword. This is obviously air. And it says that the mind cuts both ways. Hold on one second. Luna is just like, come on. Come on, let's go uppies. Come on. All right. So it says here for the double-edged sword that you might be presented with some situations that are both favorable and unfavorable. So while you might get something good out of it, there might be some unintended consequences that you don't realize yet. And while this might be something that cuts your opponent, it might be something that cuts you a little bit as well. So I think what this sword is saying too is like, be mindful of the impacts that you're having on the situation around you, because you don't want it to backfire or kind of bite you in the butt. Let's do one more card. Let's see what we have all together. Last one. Ooh, the steed. This is the motorcycle from the Chariot. Right, Luna? So this steed, this is from the Chariot. This says, what brings you forward? So I love that this is all communication, right? This is like trying to figure out situations. This is wearing through different situations, trying to navigate through that situation so it doesn't bite you in the butt, and then pushing forward from that situation. So this feels very general. It feels like something overall as a community. This is something that we have to think through that might be more so on our mind than something that we're doing in the physical right now. But yeah, Steph, maybe it's you. It's all your fault that we're getting this energy. Um, so it even says here, this deed does not refer to the action itself, but the means by which the action is achieved. So, how are you going about, or how are you planning to go about the next steps after you go through all of this thought process? Yeah, you Aries take up a lot of room. But this is, yeah, Luna, good job. So in this deck also, even though this is the Chariot card, this the knights are riding motorcycles instead of horses. So this still insinuates, after you put some thought into some stuff, after you plan things out, make sure you're not, kicking yourself in the butt here, or biting yourself in the butt, whatever that term is, that term phrase. It's time to figure out the best path forward, and so that way you put your best foot forward. Oh, Mercury is always Gatorating, I swear to God. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn? No, you don't agree, Luna? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So we have in the queue Steph, Whimsically, and Luke. Or I'm sorry, I'm going crazy. Kat, Whimsically, and Luke. I'm looking at Steph's messages. Okay. Let's get this all warmed up. And while I do, Kat, go ahead, put your question in the chat. Apollo! It's so hard shuffling with a cat on my lap, especially because she gets really, oh God, that was awful. She gets really butthurt about me shuffling. So it's oh, you shouldn't have been able to hear that. I thought I muted the mic so I could yell at the cat. The amount of times I think I mute myself so I can yell at Apollo is infinite. Okay, let's see what you can expect in these winter months, Kat. Ooh, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, Luna, that's a good card. Ooh, we have Temperance. This feels somewhat similar to your last reading. I know you asked something similar. Wasn't the same, but it was something similar. Ooh, okay. So you have a little bit of everything, I feel like. I'll set these over here. We have the 7 of Pentacles, we have Temperance, and then we have the 8 of Wands. I'm going to start with Temperance because it's your major arcana and it's in the middle of your reading. So I feel like the main theme of what you can expect for this season, for these winter months, as you say, is trying to find balance, right? Trying to bring balance. And part of that is finding balance between your work and whatever it is you're putting your energy into with this 7 of Pentacles here. So whatever you're hoping to put energy into and get something out of, versus this here where there are a lot of different changes happening. So I think these play hand in hand, but I think what it's saying, while these things are happening around you, kind of find ways to keep balance within yourself, right? Don't get swept up in the wave of change. So a lot of times this can imply, keep steady, keep doing what you're doing. While things might be changing around you, that's a good sign. So keep on keeping on. The Seven of Pentacles is like the sign that you put in some work, you put in the time, you put in the effort, and you are on the verge of being able to reap the rewards of that work and time and effort. And because of that, I think on the other side is those efforts are going to manifest as a lot of changes. Okay, Luna, my God, she's headbutting me, guys. So with the Eight of Wands, so the Eight of Wands can manifest in a lot of different ways. It could just mean a lot of changes happening around you. It could also insinuate that you have some travel ahead of you. So if you are putting in some work to meet some travel goals, maybe this is a sign that you are achieving them. That's good. I think with the holidays, one of the things, I mean, for us in the States, we have a lot of holidays packed into like 3 months. And it can feel very chaotic. So while a lot of things, like we're putting in a lot of work so that way we can take some leave, and then there's a lot of changes that are happening and travel because people are traveling for the holidays. So in that chaos, find ways to relax, find ways to keep your center. Don't get lost in the chaos of everything that's going on. Like this video, if you breathe in oxygen. And if you don't breathe in oxygen, like this video before you pass out. So I think you have a really fun winter ahead of you. You put in the work, you put in the time and effort, you get to reap the rewards, but make sure that you don't let it become exhausting with these changes around you. Enjoy the achievements that you are getting out of your hard work. If you have further questions, the queue is short tonight, so feel free to rejoin. Whimsically, you are up next. Yeah, Luna. We need a little cat cam for you. Oh yeah, Justice with that the swords. Which one was it? The battered sword, I think it was. Yeah, the battered sword. Ooh, a general reading. Alrighty, let's see what pops up. General reading for Whimsically. And one more card. Oh, damn. Luna. All right. Sorry, guys. Last card here. So you have the Five of Swords, we have Judgment, and then we have the Devil. Yeah, we're getting a lot of swords or swords adjacent cards based off of the community read. I guess that makes some semblance of sense. So I'll just go ahead and kind of read this in order. With the Five of Swords, I feel like you're needing to get over some conflicts. There are conflicts that are going on around you that are really weighing on you heavily. They may not be necessarily manifesting as conflicts, but they're manifesting as something that's burdensome to you. So it might not be actual conflicts with like people, but it could be like difficulties in a situation, which kind of feels like that. So And what that does is it spurs this tension that's happening with the judgment card. So this feels very like reverse here. So because of that tension, with this judgment card up after that, it's really hard to see the big picture or really see how things will change from where they are right now. Not to say that it's hard to see how things could get better, because I think consciously you could see how things get better, but it feels out of reach for you at the moment. So with this judgment in reverse, judgment is a really cool card because it's like the second to last card in the majors, and it really it's like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, starting to see and understand and feel a very clear path on how things are going. But in reverse, there's a blockage that's happening. It's really hard to move forward. It's really hard to see that big picture. And it because of that, it's making you feel like you need to either cut things off, or just feels like you have no way of making the right decision. With the devil card, I think that what it's saying is, so I think it's describing this tension that's leading to this indecisive sort of blockage that's happening. With the devil card really is saying that there's something not serving you that you are holding on to. It could be with the Five of Swords, it could either be your own self that's sabotaging you, or it could be something external that's going on that you are now internalizing, and it's sitting with you poorly, and it's making it difficult to move on. So what I would say is, you need to dig into whatever this devil energy is. What is it that you're holding on to that you need to release? What is it that is weighing you down? Stuff like that. So once you start to identify those things, discern how it is you can put them behind you. Is it something you need to face, or is it just something you need to let go of? What do you need to do in order to start moving forward? Because right now you're kind of in the stagnant position here. Your mind's going a mile a minute, but nothing else is going with you, if that makes sense. So I think that with this general energy, I don't think that it's all doom and gloom. I think it just means that you have a little bit of work to do in order to get through this little blockage. I will say too, it doesn't feel like anything maliciously is going on around you. Like, I don't feel like this is something like people are out to get you, or you're just in this like dumbass situation. It almost feels like it could be a just an offset of seasonal depression, something like that, where it's just you kind of have to get through it, start to identify the things that really like drag you down, and find ways to overcome it. So I hope that helps. Hi Sherry, welcome to the queue, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, I can't wait for my time off as well. Luke, go ahead and put your question in the chat. Don't forget to like this video, guys. Yeah, it didn't feel too heavy. It just felt like, ugh, I don't know how. I didn't know how else to like explain it, but I just didn't want it to feel like, oh, the sky's falling, because it didn't seem like it. Just something to keep an eye on. Thank you for liking the video. All right. Thank you for trying, Steph. So, okay. Why was your life? Let's see. It's only 3 cards, Luke, so this is going to be very top level, just so you know. Why was Christian brought into your life? Whoop. These cards are very glossy. Let's see, second card. Next card. A lot of majors tonight. We have the Lovers, the Seven of Wands, and then the Magician. Who is Christian to you? Is this a friend or like a hopefully more than friends kind of person? They feel like more of a stepping stone into your own growth kind of person, but just curious. So the Lover's card can sometimes be taken literally, but here paired with the Seven of Wands doesn't quite feel that way. So while you guys might have this like little like romantic thing or this little bit of a spark, I think that ultimately this person is here to challenge you. Thank you, Steph. Let me see. Like try to zoom in a little bit. I got a new camera, guys. I can zoom in now. So I think that this person is here to challenge you in a few ways. So I don't think that they are bad for you. I think actually this might be a good thing. The Lover's card is about partnership, unionship, coming together. This can be romantically, it could be platonic, it can be a lot of different things. It's just the coming together of 2 people, or 2 units, or 2 whatever. But with the Seven of Wands in the middle of the reading, Seven of Wands is all about being competitive and challenging oneself, or being presented with challenges and being able to find that strength to stand your ground. So I think that this person is really either going to bring that out. It feels like they're going to bring that out in you in a good way. But because you have the challenges card and then you have this like creation card, it feels more so like you guys might try to be a little romantic. There might be a little bit of something, but in the long run, ew, it's like a baby spider. In the long run, I think that listen, don't get my hopes up with using the boundaries or stuff, but maybe with the Magician card too, I think that there's like this air of coming into one's own self-confidence, understanding that you have the tools to do a lot of the things that you might not have thought you could do, like standing up for oneself, finding your own inner strength, finding your external strength as well, not like physically, but being able to internalize things and being able to verbalize things externally as well. So I think that being able to bond with this person will really bring out those good things. Now, this is overall. This feels very, very overall. I think I mentioned when we first started that with 3 cards on a question like this feels a little surface level. So I feel like there's more depth that's going to happen. So I do recommend you diving into that. And the way you can do that is if you pull these cards out as if you know, just a continuation of the reading that I'm giving you now, you can pull cards to reflect more depth into each 3, or you can say like this is overall what is in the near future, what the next steps or something like that, just to give you some ideas. But I do think that this person Christian is someone that is ultimately going to be good for you. Excuse me, allergies or something. Winter allergies. Who'd have thunk? I really love though this combination of the Seven of Wands and the Magician card. It just feels so empowering. Feels like you are finding your voice a little bit, finding what it is you really like and dislike, and learning how to verbalize that with people. So I think Luke, Christian was brought into your life to help you find more of you. And I think that it's probably going to be a really good beneficial connection to begin with. Okay, so Kat, I'm going to take Sherry, and then I will take you next, since you and Sherry kind of joined the queue at the same time, and you've already had a reading. So Sherry, go ahead, post your question in the chat. So Sherry, I actually don't do like what so-and-so thinks about me or if they think about you. I can do something else along those lines. So like your connection with that person, similar to what Luke did, stuff like that. You're welcome, Luke. I'm glad you can join in the midst of your cat uncle duties. I know it's difficult. Okay. Ooh, I like that one. What spirit wants you to know, Sherry? Let's see what spirit wants you to know. Oh, fun. One more card. Ooh, what a lovely... Okay. We have Three of Cups, Queen of Wands, and then the Page of Cups. This feels like such a really like warm and wholesome reading. So the Three of Cups is really about celebrating friendships, celebrating your loved ones, just being able to spend that together, that quality time with the people that you care about, the people that you enjoy spending that time with. And I'm going to kind of mirror this because the Queen of Wands stands out a little bit, and I'll explain that in a bit. But while doing that, I think that with the Page of Cups, being able to spend that time with people sometimes is really, it allows your mind to relax and open up. And I think it'll help you, I think it'll help in a few ways. So with this page, pages are give off a very youthful energy. There's like a little bit of groundedness that happens with the page. So I feel like being able to spend that quality time with people. So if you haven't been doing that, I would say that that's one of the suggestions from Spirit is like spend time with quality, or spend quality time with people that are important to you. The pages are youthful, they're creative, they're curious. Explore, use that time with your friends to explore things that you really just, that are meaningful to you. So in this example, the Page of Cups, I don't know if you are into witchcraft or magic or anything like that, but the Page of Cups suggests, exploring some magical creativity, or you can take it more of a, not so literally, more of a metaphor of finding that magical spark in your life. What is it that would bring, magic into your life? Something that's special that you might not have, but you would love to have. But here with the Queen of Wands, the reason I pull it out is because we have, you're the Queen of Wands surrounded by cups, but the queens exude that cup energy, right? So in the midst of all of this, in the midst of enjoying your important people, in the midst of finding the magic in your life, whether you take that literally or metaphorically, you have this queen here. So being able to exude the cup energy, the cups, which really focus on that intuitive nature, focuses on that nurturing, healing side of oneself. The wands, the Queen of Wands specifically, is really passionate. She likes to find inspiration in things, and that mirrors the page in a lot of ways. So while the queen comes off maybe a little more mature, more nurturing, likes to give that energy to the people around her, like maybe her friends and loved ones and all of that. The page is a little more, not selfish, but a little more self focused. Um, so there's a balance here between the Queen of Wands and then the Page of Cups, which is really nice. So on one side, I would say ultimately, Spirit is like, hey, spend time with your friends, spend time with your loved ones, be able to nurture those relationships, find inspiration and love in those relationships, and let that inspire you. Let that allow you to open up and find what is magical about that. If you do, like I said, actually practice witchcraft, or you're into that or have thought about it, maybe take that more literally. And if it's not quite what, not quite your path, then I would say maybe focus. Oh yeah, dream big and manifest. I love that. You should be like a catchphrase. You should write like t-shirts or something. So yeah, this is such a great message though, because this is generally the time of year that we spend with our loved ones, that we spend with our friends, where we take time off and relax and reset. So I think that Spirit is just saying lean into all of that. Oh yeah, feeding cats is like, feeding cats is crazy. My cat acts like he's never had a meal a day in his life. You take care as well, Sherry. Thank you for joining. All right, Kat, are you still here? I like that you guys had the same idea. All right, let's see what Spirit has for Kat. Yeah. Let's see. First card. Ooh, look what is back. Judgment. I love this King of Swords. Okay, last card here. Five of Wands. Did I pull Judgment card for you, Kat, or was that Whimsically? Oh gosh, I don't remember. My memory is shot lately. It's because it's curious because I have Judgment paired with another 5. But this time it's the 5 of Wands instead of the 5 of Swords. So I'll just start from the beginning and go forward. So again, I know we have Judgment and Swords, Judgment and 5. So there's a lot of patterns popping up here. So we have, again, the Judgment card. And it feels very much like this. So I read this deck upright, but for live purposes, for reading for other people purposes, I'll flip them so that way if you guys ever come back to this video or whatever, you can visually see what I'm talking to. So it feels like there are a few blockages that are happening here. So I mentioned before, Judgment is generally like that last leg before the finish line, that's where you gain that clarity and understanding of the path that you have gone down, what you are about to achieve. But instead, this is more so like you see the end is in sight, but it doesn't feel right because you don't really have that true understanding of the path that you went down, and it doesn't quite make sense to you. The King of Swords in reverse is a result of that. So, because of that, it very much gives off like this. The kings are usually in the courts, right? If you think of it as a flow and progression of time, right? We have our pages that are young, we have our knights, which are adolescent, we have our queens that are older, and then our kings that are also older. The queen is the nurturing one, the kings are the wise ones. But in reverse, there's a lack of wisdom that is going on, and kings exude that air energy. We also have that sword energy. So it is like your mind is in total flux right now. The King of Swords is an intelligent person. They have that capability, they have that understanding. But in reverse, it is now like you don't trust the knowledge that you have. You don't trust the things that are being told to you, and it's starting to come off more so as, like you're suspicious of the things that are happening, which is why, like, have this blockage, things don't feel right, and now you're starting to become suspicious. A lot of that. So while this part is how it's affecting you internally, this is the external. We have the Five of Wands. This, and you can even see it here in the card. It feels like a constant battle of just being met with one obstacle over another, after another rather, and just needing to try to dig yourself out of the constant fight. Poor doggos. So I think what Spirit is saying is like, recognize that this is a situation that you're in, right? And one of the things, I know I don't generally read these reverse, but since I switched them, what will it take to flip this energy upright? So as I'm describing this to you, I'm sure your brain is working. You're starting to think through how you can resolve these situations instead of letting yourself sit in those situations. So what is it that will help you feel like you no longer have to distrust the energy that you are getting, the information you're getting? Maybe you no longer have to distrust your own decisions. What will allow you to feel like you can stand in your own conviction when you make choices for yourself? What will help you feel more decisive and understanding and clear about the path that you're on, and give you that kind of confidence? Because again, think of the king. If we think of the king, they make decisions for their own domain, for their kingdom. And in reverse, this king is not able to do that. So what is needed in your life in order to switch that energy upright? Most likely, the obvious solution is whatever these obstacles are, to either resolve them or no longer let them be part of your life. It depends, because sometimes you have to take matters into your own hands and solve a situation. Other times, you're allowing yourself to remain in a situation that you no longer need to be in. And the action is to just, be like, shove off, I'm doing my own thing. So what is it that you need? And I think Spirit is telling you, with this king in the middle here, is telling you, you have the tools, you have the intelligence, you are wise about the situation. Even though you may not quite trust yourself right now, you are wise enough to figure out how to get yourself out of this situation that you feel like you're in right now. Yeah, whatever that phrase is, Steph. It's all temporary. That's not the phrase, but yes, I know what you're talking about. So I would say, Kat, this could be with Judgment starting things off, I feel like this might be something important that you should sit down and um, either think about, or if you're into journaling, you can write about. Thank you for subscribing, Divine. And figure out what you need, and you can always come back to this reading, right? You don't have to internalize everything right now. That's the benefit of me doing this on live stream and having the videos for you guys to come back and look at. You can come back and digest it piece by piece. So yeah. My rambling is done. Ooh, Steph joined the queue. Oh God, watch out, guys. I just I hear you like some like Guido, like let's go. That's what I hear every time you say that. You can tell I grew up with a bunch of Guidos. Oh, guys, just to let you know, Sil and I are doing our tarot time on Sunday, and we're going to be doing what we are thankful about for in regards to tarot. So if you have some things you would like to share ahead of the New Year's to show some thanks, this is actually a post-Thanksgiving thing, but you know, whatever, as long as it gets done. So join us on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do have the live stream set up, so you can go ahead and set your reminders or just set your notifications for my channel so you don't miss out. Oh gosh, I too am ready to dismiss 2023. I was literally, I'm not gonna like rant on live stream, but I was literally talking to my coworker and I was like, when I really like, if we think about it, it was bad from January through December. And she was like, oh my gosh, because literally, unfortunately, it started in January with our dear supervisor passing away. And then it just literally went to hell in a handbasket after that. So anyway, sorry, not trying to be a downer. Let's see what 2024 looks like. Let's see, 2024. Look who is back. 7 of Wands. Ace of Swords. Hashtag swords. Let's do. Ooh, Page of Wands. Okay. Let's do some supporting cards here. All right. I know, I love it. I love, I keep forgetting I have a new camera, so my view is a little different. Let's see. So for my lovely mod, I'm going to pull some extra cards. Okay. Last card here. All right. I love that you got the cat and the dog. So speaking of cats, and then also the dog. So we have the 7 of Wands, Ace of Swords, Page of Wands. 7 of Wands is supported by the shackles. Ace of Swords supported by the cat, and then the Page of Wands supported by the dog. So I'm gonna go through the tarot, and then we'll kind of I'll go back through and look at the oracle, just because I have to look up the cards because I don't have those memorized. But you have here two wands, right? We have another page popping up, which is good. We have two wands here, and then we have the Ace of Swords. So I'll go in order. I'll just go in order because of the way that I pulled the cards. I mentioned before that the Seven of Wands is about challenges and whatnot, but with these other cards here is the difference in this way that it's showing up is that the Seven of Wands is the act of having faith in the face of challenges and competitions and finding the strength to overcome them. And especially with these shackles, these are the shackles of the Devil card. So it's like being able to find the strength to break free of all of that energy. And it's like, if you think of it, right, for 2024 is just like deciding, like, I am breaking free. I'm sorry, I just read the chat. Cat Goddess, you just like really triggered like a nostalgic memory of watching Cat talk. I can like picture it and I can hear the song. Okay, I'm sorry. But with this Seven of Wands energy in 2024, you're just like, no nonsense. I am going to overcome the things that I need to overcome, not letting yourself succumb to like any obstacles that might pop up for you. And the Ace of Swords suggests that 2024, fingers crossed, 2024 is a much more successful year than 2023 will feel like. Ace of Swords suggests that there's a new journey for you ahead, more so internal. So this might be more growth that is coming your way. Paired with the Page of Wands, it could signify that you are finding ways to grow through your creativity, through finding inspiration in like the arts or new hobbies, stuff like that. So this really just says like, being in the middle of the reading, it's like saying you're going to find success once you stand up for yourself, overcome challenges, find that confidence to just do that. And then also you'll find success in hobbies and arts and creativity and pushing towards your passions and learning something new that you're interested in. So let me look up these cards, but I do know that this is the Devil card, and then this is the Fool card, which kind of makes sense. So I wish I could remember my elemental symbols. Okay. This is fire. Ironically, you have your air card here, supported or clarified by this fiery card. So this is the cat, and it's something beloved, as all cats are. And he's a black cat like my voice. So this is saying that this card as a clarifier is signifying something that you care about. So there's something about this Ace of Swords that holds a special place in your heart. And it could be that, being able to find that clarity, because there is that air of clarity with the Ace of Swords as well. Being able to cherish your successes, being able to feel like you can start new and not feel guilty about it. There's a lot of things that you can find that you cherish in this. And then with the dog, that is the symbolism pulled from the Fool card. This is advice best listened to. So this is supporting this page card in a way that's saying that there's something in your life that is there to support you. And in the beginning of new journeys, pay attention and, ingest that wisdom that you get from it. So it could be a YouTube channel, Luke. It could be a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily have to be one thing. 2024 is 365 days long, so it could be a lot of creative outlets. Whatever it is that, the whole goal, especially with the dog, is starting something new, learning from it, growing from it, and just enjoying that process. There's a lot of like radiance that you get in this card too, with these like little sunbeams that are happening. So yeah, I think that 2024 looks really fun. Are you guys cutting up in the chat? Let me see. Hi Ari, welcome to the chat. I know. I feel like we can we just I thought I needed to burn 2020. Can we just burn 2023? I would be a-okay with that. So Kat, I'm gonna go ahead and get Ari since you're rejoining. And then I'm gonna go ahead and close the queue. Everybody who's in it is in it. So I will finish off with you, Kat. But hey, Sil. I love that. Yeah, I love how everyone's really in sync today. And I like how Luke definitely tried to call you out, Steph, and was like, hey, maybe your YouTube channel. I don't think I didn't get to that. I love when I get repeat cards in live streams, though, because I think about the community energy and fashionably late. You're on CP time. It's okay. Oh yeah, don't forget to like this video. Guys, I'm super in love with This Might Hurt Tarot. I mentioned it earlier, but I don't know, something about it really makes me just give me the warm and fuzzies. And then I'm still kind of like learning how to incorporate this, but I kind of like the mirroring. It's a technique that I was reading about for Lenormand, and they were mentioning that this is kind of like created with the idea of Lenormand, so I kind of like that. It's not that you have to do better, Steph. It's just maybe YouTube is not your thing, and that's fine. Maybe it's Instagram, or maybe it's, I don't know, what are y'all kids doing now? Snapchat. Wait, so there's a Lenormand version of this coming out next year? Wait, does it exist already, or is it just going straight mass market? Like it's already... I'm sorry, you broke my brain for a second. That's fair. You can be a YouTube Shorts. I hope it's like January of next year, because now I want it. All right. Oop. Sorry, wrong person. Here we go. All right, Ari. Let's see. Who is sending you sexual energy? I know, I'm super excited now. Because my goal for 2024, King of Pentacles. My goal for 2024 is to, maybe that will be my birthday deck. Yes, please check for me. All right, let's see, Ari. Next card, and look at that. The Five of Wands is back again. All of these repeats. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and Five of Wands. You have the whole gambit here for a 3-card reading anyways. Few things. Have you been having dreams about a person lately? With this Four of Swords, I wonder if this is energy that you are getting through your dreams. Someone that is maybe someone you have come in contact with, or you've been chatting with, someone that you've been crossing energy with, that is now starting to manifest in dreams because of this Four of Swords. You know, to see her sleeping, and the swords is not a bad thing, even though they look like they're dangling precariously overhead. It's more so like, think of them mounted on a wall, and like all of that thoughtful energy is flowing into her mind. So it's something that is flowing into her mind, but at a subconscious level. So I'll go here now with the King of Pentacles. This does suggest that it is someone who you might have either... I know you mentioned you go to the gym a lot. Pentacles can represent your physical health. So maybe this is someone you have crossed paths with or communicated with in the gym or in some sort of fitness sports environment. Although if you look at him in the cards, he's not very much of a gym dad, but still, maybe he has a dad bod at the gym. Who knows? I'm just being silly. But the King of Pentacles, I feel like if this is someone who has been at the gym for a while, I would say that's someone who might actually just work there as like either a trainer or instructor or something like that, because the Kings are generally, like I mentioned earlier, the Kings are generally like a leader kind of energy. So they might be leading workout sessions in terms of like, what are those? Like private trainers, personal trainers. There we go. So it could be something like that where they're leading a session, or it could be someone who, if you go to a gym that has classes and stuff like that, it could be someone that does that, or maybe one of the managers. So, and I know just from thinking back on it, a lot of the managers tend to be personal trainers as well. Yeah, if you haven't been going in a while, maybe that's why this energy is manifesting in your dreams, because you haven't actually been around them. So then we have here the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is an interesting pull in all of this, because it can represent competition and conflicts. But I think in regards to everything that is going on here, it makes more sense that this is more of a teamwork kind of thing. It's really one of the lesser meanings, in my opinion, that I get from the Five of Wands. But there is still some, like, you can think of this as like, you think of it as like wrestling, right? Where it's like this coordinated battle between people, where it might seem aggressive at first, but actually they're all in on it. So there's this level of teamwork that's happening. So I think that maybe if this is someone that you have worked out with before, someone who's attended your classes, or someone you've just worked with at the gym before, if you've ever got a personal training session, or this is saying that all of this is manifesting, right? And then if you go back to, I know, another Five of Wands. If you go back to the gym, perhaps this is someone you'll end up having, how, I don't know if I'm the only weirdo, but I've had gym buddies, like people that I've gone to the gym with, same time, not with, but I met at the gym. We go the same time all the time. And because of that, we became friends, that kind of thing. So maybe you guys are, you need to go back, is a sign that you should go back and start a routine, and you'll find someone that you end up like, that ends up falling in line with a lot of the stuff that I described. There are a lot of synchronicities tonight. I love it. Spice Lover, I will be back next week. It may not be them though. It could be someone that you meet there that you end up seeing regularly. Or it could be someone, if, like I said, your gym has classes, someone you take classes with. If you ever decide to get a personal trainer, or it could be someone who is training you, someone you're working with in some kind of way. Well, so I always say that I had gym buddies, but the thing is, I do like sports, but I just call it, like, for the sake of ease in this discussion, I say the gym because it's still my fitness. It's my fitness time. But I make a lot of friends through my my sports leagues. And then I did something that was like an outdoor boot camp, and you go at a specific time. And generally, if you can go at a specific time, everybody else can go at a specific time. And I have like a lot of Facebook friends because of that. So that's kind of what I was describing. And it's not saying I want to be hit on at the gym, but I do know people who have met in those environments because they're more social but fitness. So, and I have actually gone to the gym because I like to do the classes. Like, I like to do body pump and the weightlifting and the boxing classes. Not that I have ever dated anyone, but I've met people that are still my friends today from those classes. But if I'm doing a circuit on the machines, don't talk to me. Don't even look at me. Hi, Sunny. Welcome. So the queue is closed, but you're free to join and chat up with us. All right, Kat, let's see. The energy between you and your Capricorn. Okay. This feels more like that. We have the Chariot, which is funny because you were here in the beginning. We had the Chariot Oracle card associated with that. So we're coming back around to that. We have the Star, and then we have the Three of Swords. I switched it to reverse because with these cards, it feels very much more of a reverse energy. Anyways. I think that this is a sign to, if you haven't taken the leap to dive in deeper, then probably you should. So I'll just start in the beginning. The Chariot card kind of exudes that like level of progression that's happening. So there's like a forward movement that's going on with the Chariot. There's also, if you look at the card, if you look at this, there's like this level of confidence, like this confidence to be able to stand on two moving bikes, right? There's a level of confidence as you move forward in the thing that you are moving towards. So I would say that if you haven't started that progression, you should just go ahead. There's also that air, like if you're able to stand on two bikes and keep moving forward, there's nothing ahead of you that's really standing in your way. So just do it. Just do it. Here we have the Star card. I love this because this is like the card of hope, where, you know, as you move forward, you're hoping for a lovely connection, you're hoping for things to grow and just blossom into something. And there's a level of, actually, I know you mentioned about, sorry, my phone is going off. You mentioned earlier, you know, you kind of have more of a spiritual side versus some other people that I read for. So the Star is also like your spiritual, like, go ahead and do it, green light. If you look at the Star card. This mirrors a lot of that balance that we were talking about with temperance. If you remember, temperance oftentimes mirrors the two flows of water as well, usually similar to this. But there's this balance and flow that's happening where the chariot is a little more fast and furious. You start to come into some balance, but a lot of this is really just screaming, like, move things along. um, and I think a lot of that too is just maybe a little bit of apprehension here with the Three of Swords. If you both have just dealt with a lot of issues in past relationships, if you've dealt with hurdles and roadblocks where, just overall things were not easy to overcome. So because of that, you've been a little like hesitant moving forward. But with the Three of Swords in reverse, I really feel like, you need to let that go. Just realize like all of that is in the past. This is something new. This is something that could also, with this water here, bring a lot of healing energy. So I think that this connection that you guys have is beneficial to the both of you. With two major arcana cards, I think that this relationship could be important to the both of you, and it's just time to get things moving. No pressure, but pressure. Oh no, Apollo and Luna cannot like this video. They are, well, actually, Apollo's pretty tall. If he stands up and I stretch his legs out, he's kind of tall. He could like my video. um So yeah, anyway, sorry. I was reading messages. Yeah, Kat, I hope that helps give you some confidence in that. I know it felt more like advice than overall energy, but it was advice in response to the energy around you guys. So I hope that was okay. Cat gang. Gang gang. Alrighty, guys. I am wrapping up for the night. Let me see. I'm going to try to be more consistent throughout December and January. Luckily, the Thursday before Christmas, my family doesn't come down till that Friday, so I'll be free. I just have been very stressed out at work, and I've been very snippy, honestly, and I didn't want to bring that energy online. So, yeah, Kat, you are, I think you're definitely on the right path with that one. Alrighty, guys. So anyway, you heard my spiel. I should be here for all of December. If you guys are here on Sunday, make sure you join our hashtag Thankful Tarot live at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be me and Syl from A Life Full of Simplicity. And she posted it in the comments. So yeah, go ahead, turn your notification on. And I added that video. It's up, so you can go ahead and add the notification for that specific video as well. And we will see you on Sunday. Super excited. If you have stuff to be thankful for, make sure you join us in the chat and share with us, because we love to hear your opinions as well. Alrighty, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.